All right. So we've got a ton of info here about building a real estate referral network, and looks like you're prepping for a career change.
I am, yeah.
Exciting. Don't worry. We'll help you sift through it all. We've got your back.
Yeah, cut through all the jargon and the overwhelm, and we'll really pull out those golden nuggets that make a difference, when you're building a business, especially something like real estate.
Exactly. And forget just building a business. I mean, from what I'm looking at here, referrals are like the lifeblood of a thriving real estate business.
That's right.
But why is that? Why is a referral so much more powerful than, say, like a cold call or, just blasting out listings online?
Well, I think it all comes down to trust.
Yeah.
When you think about it,
Yeah.
you're far more likely to try a restaurant that a friend recommended than one that you saw in an ad, right?
Right.
So referrals tap into that pre-existing trust that we have, and it makes potential clients much more receptive to what you're offering.
You're not starting from scratch, right? It's like that initial barrier of, oh, another salesperson is already lowered.
Exactly. And Nielsen actually did a study on this, and they found that 92% of people trust recommendations from people they know.
Wow.
And in real estate, that trust translates to, tangible results.
Okay.
Referred clients are statistically more likely to not only close deals, but also become repeat clients.
So less time chasing down leads more time building those relationships and actually closing deals.
Yeah, work smarter, not harder. Right.
Right, exactly.
One of the articles that you sent pointed out that, referred clients, they often come in with a clear understanding of their needs. They're more prepared to move forward with the process. And that can lead to just a much smoother transaction for everyone involved.
And I love this point from this podcast that we have. Sometimes people, they genuinely want to help you grow your business, but they just don't think of it unless you explicitly say, hey, I'm open to referrals.
Yeah, it's true. It's like planting a seed. People are busy with their own lives, and real estate might not be top of mind for them. So by simply letting them know that you're building your business and that you appreciate their support, you can unlock a wealth of potential connections.
Okay, so we've established referrals are the gold standard.
Yes.
But where do we even begin? I mean, real estate's all about relationships, but it can feel a little overwhelming, just knowing where to start.
You're absolutely right. And building a robust referral network is a multifaceted endeavor. And it all starts with your foundation, which are your past clients.
Okay, so don't just close a deal and then disappear.
Exactly.
But how do we stay top of mind without becoming, that annoying agent that's constantly bombarding people with messages?
It's a delicate balance, but there are plenty of ways to stay connected without, being overbearing.
Okay.
One of the experts in this podcast suggested sending personalized follow-up notes after closing, remembering important dates like birthdays or home anniversaries.
Oh, nice.
And even offering valuable market updates tailored to their specific neighborhood.
That's much more genuine than just a generic happy holidays email blast to everybody.
Exactly.
Shows that you see them as individuals and not just past transactions.
Exactly. And another tactic that stood out to me was the idea of actively seeking feedback.
Oh, interesting.
It shows your clients that you value their input and that you're committed to continuous improvement. And as a bonus, it can lead to glowing testimonials that you can showcase in your marketing.
Oh, I love that idea. It's a win-win. You get valuable insights to kind of refine your approach, and they feel heard and appreciated.
Exactly. It's about cultivating those relationships beyond just the transactional level and building genuine rapport.
Okay, so past clients are our bedrock, but we need to branch out. Where else can we tap into potential referrals?
Well, networking with other professionals in the real estate ecosystem is crucial. So we're talking mortgage brokers, home inspectors, contractors, stagers, even real estate attorneys, anyone who touches the home buying or selling process.
So it's about building this network of mutual support. You refer clients to them, they return the favor.
Precisely. It's like building this real estate dream team, right?
Exactly.
And there are strategic partnerships to prioritize. For instance, mortgage brokers are constantly working with people who are about to buy homes, and they likely need a real estate agent.
Right.
So building a solid relationship with a few reliable brokers can be a consistent source of high-quality referrals.
That makes so much sense. It's recognizing those natural synergies within the industry and finding those win-win collaborations. It's not even just about finding clients for yourself. It's helping others succeed as well.
Absolutely. And that brings us to another crucial element of referral generation. Social media.
Okay.
But we're not just talking about posting pretty pictures of houses here.
Right. It's not just a digital billboard.
Yeah.
It's about being a resource and engaging with your network authentically. But how do we make that happen?
Well, one article you shared emphasized the importance of being responsive,
Okay.
replying to comments, answering questions, genuinely engaging with your audience. Yeah, think of it as like hosting a virtual open house for your expertise.
Okay. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
What about like sharing valuable content like tips for first-time home buyers or advice on staging a home for sale? It kind of positions you as the expert and builds trust with potential clients.
Absolutely.
Um, what about joining local Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups dedicated to real estate? Seems like a good way to tap into a targeted audience.
Yeah, those online communities are gold mines. They're filled with people who are actively engaged in the real estate market, either as professionals or as potential clients.
Oh, wow.
It's a chance to showcase your knowledge, answer questions, and build relationships organically.
It's like having a direct line to people who are already interested in what you have to offer.
Exactly. And it's not just about finding clients, it's also about connecting with those referral partners we were talking about earlier.
Right.
It's about building a multidimensional presence online.
Yeah.
And another powerful tactic is sharing success stories.
Oh, yeah, the power of social proof. People love seeing results.
Exactly. Put a face to the name and to the experience.
Is it ever okay to just come out and say, hey, I'm looking for referrals?
Absolutely. One expert we came across suggested a simple post like, if you or someone you know is looking to buy or sell a home in your area, I'd love to help.
Okay, so it's not like a pushy sales pitch. It's more of a gentle reminder, just putting it out there.
Exactly. The key is to make it genuine and emphasize the value that you bring.
So we've covered building that foundation with past clients, forging strategic partnerships with industry professionals, establishing and engaging online presence.
Right?
What about taking things a step further and creating a formal referral program?
That's a great idea. So, think gift cards to local restaurants, donations to a client's favorite charity in their name, even something as simple as a handwritten thank you note with a small token of appreciation.
It's about making it a win-win for everyone involved, right?
Absolutely.
And making it easy for people to refer you.
Exactly.
Maybe providing pre-written email templates or referral cards they can just easily share with their network.
Exactly. You want to remove any friction
Mm.
and make the process as seamless as possible.
Right.
The easier it is for someone to refer you, the more likely they are to do it.
This is all starting to click.
Yeah.
So we've got these different layers to our network, past clients, industry partners, online connections, and now this idea of a formal referral program. It feels like it's all interconnected though, right? It's not just like separate tactics. It's like a whole ecosystem of relationships.
You're exactly right.
Mm.
Building a successful referral network is about weaving all of these strategies together to create a powerful web of connections that works for you. Think of it as a snowball effect. The more you nurture these relationships and provide exceptional service, the more your reputation grows and the easier it becomes to attract new clients through referrals.
It's like a virtuous cycle. Good work leads to referrals, which leads to more opportunities to do good work. And as this grows, you're building a business that's not just successful, but also deeply fulfilling.
That's a fantastic way to put it. But the power of referrals,
Yeah.
it extends far beyond the realm of real estate.
Oh, really?
These principles apply to almost every aspect of life.
I love that. So it's not just about building a real estate business, it's about building a life that's rich with connections and opportunities.
Exactly.
It's about leveraging the power of community to achieve our goals and support each other's success.
That's a powerful insight. It makes you think about the networks that you already have and how you can nurture those connections. Even seemingly unrelated connections can lead to unexpected opportunities.
I'm already starting to think about all the different groups I'm a part of, former classmates, hobby groups, even just neighbors. But how do we activate these networks? How do we go from casual acquaintances to valuable connections who are eager to refer us? We'll explore that more in part 2.
Welcome back. So before we kind of dove into specifics, you mentioned that even connections outside of real estate can be surprisingly valuable.
It's true. We often underestimate the power of our existing networks just by being open about your goals and the kind of support you're looking for.
Mhm.
You might be amazed by the opportunities that emerge.
So it's about more than just collecting business cards at networking events. It's about tapping into the collective wisdom and connections of those already in our lives.
Precisely.
Huh.
And remember, strong relationships are built on reciprocity. It's not just about asking for favors. It's about offering value and support in return.
So how do we do that? How do we cultivate these relationships in a way that feels authentic and mutually beneficial? Well, a great starting point is to simply be a good listener. Ask questions, show genuine interest in what others are doing, and offer your help or expertise whenever possible. Maybe you connect them with someone in your network or share a relevant article or offer to review their website.
It's about being that person who genuinely wants to see others succeed, not just someone who's looking to climb the ladder themselves.
Exactly. And when you approach relationships with that mindset, it creates this positive cycle of collaboration and mutual support.
Mm.
People are more likely to go out of their way to help someone who's genuinely invested in their success as well.
They're like that saying, what goes around comes around.
Exactly. By focusing on building a community of support, everyone benefits. And that's where those connectors we mentioned earlier come into play.
Right, those people who seem to know everyone. But how do we approach these connectors in a way that's not just self-serving? It can't just be, hey, can you introduce me to everyone you know?
Definitely not. The key is to build a genuine relationship with the connector first. You know, Find common ground, show interest in their work, and offer your support. Maybe you volunteer for an organization they're passionate about, or you attend an event they're hosting.
So it's about becoming a valuable part of their network, not just someone looking to exploit their connections.
Precisely. And,
Oh.
and once you've established that rapport, it becomes much more natural to say something like, I'm really trying to connect with more people in the real estate finance space. Do you know anyone you think I should talk to?
That feels much more organic than a cold email asking for an introduction.
Exactly. It's about leveraging those warm introductions, which carry much more weight than a random connection request on LinkedIn.
Speaking of events, I imagine those can be valuable for meeting connectors and building our networks. But are there specific types of events we should prioritize?
Well, industry conferences and trade shows are fantastic for meeting people in your field. But don't overlook the power of local meetups, workshops, even volunteer events. It's about finding those spaces where your ideal clients or referral partners are already gathering.
It's not enough to just show up, though, right? We have to actually engage with people and make those connections meaningful.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
And that's where preparation is key. Have a clear goal in mind. Who are you hoping to meet? What kind of conversations do you want to have?
So it's like having an elevator pitch ready, even in casual settings, being able to succinctly explain what you do and who you serve.
Exactly. But it's not just about talking, it's also about listening. Ask thoughtful questions, show genuine interest in the people you're talking to, and find ways to connect on a personal level.
And maybe even jot down some notes afterwards so you can follow up later and continue the conversation.
That's a great point. Following up is crucial. It shows that you were genuinely interested in the conversation and you're serious about building a relationship.
Okay, so we've got connectors, events, and the importance of follow-up. What about online networking? LinkedIn feels like a no-brainer, but how do we make it work for us?
But it's not enough to just have a profile. You need to be active and intentional about engaging with the platform. Connect with people in your industry, join relevant groups, and participate in discussions, share valuable content, offer insights, and position yourself as a thought leader in your field.
So it's about treating LinkedIn as a dynamic extension of your professional brand, not just a static resume.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to reach out to people who pique your interest, even if you don't know them personally.
Yeah.
A personalized message explaining why you're connecting and what you admire about their work can go a long way.
This is reminding me of something we talked about earlier, the power of online communities. Those local Facebook groups or industry-specific forums can be gold mines for connections, too.
Absolutely. These platforms are a chance to connect with people who share your interests, answer questions, and build relationships organically. But remember, it's about adding value, not just spamming the group with your services.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So we're building relationships both online and offline, actively nurturing our existing networks
Yeah.
and seeking out those valuable connectors. It feels like this is an ongoing process, not just a one-time push.
You're absolutely right. Building a referral network is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires consistent effort, genuine relationship building, and a willingness to go the extra mile for the people in your network.
It's like tending a garden.
Yeah,
You need to water those relationships, give them sunlight, and prune away the things that aren't working. But when you do it right, the results can be incredible.
that's a beautiful analogy. A well-tended referral network can yield a bountiful harvest of opportunities.
Yeah.
But it's important to remember that referrals are just one piece of the success puzzle.
I'm curious, what do you mean by that?
Well, it's easy to get caught up in the numbers game.
Yeah.
How many referrals can I get? How quickly can I grow my business? But true success is about more than just transactions.
So it's about finding that sweet spot where our skills, our passions, and the needs of others intersect. Referrals can help us get there, but they're not the destination itself.
Exactly. It's about building a career or a business that aligns with our values and brings us a sense of fulfillment. Referrals can be a powerful tool to help us achieve those goals, but they're just one piece of the puzzle.
This makes me think about all the different definitions of success out there. What might be a dream job for one person could feel soul-crushing to someone else. It's about defining success on our own terms and then using our networks and resources to get there.
That's a powerful insight, and it highlights the importance of self-awareness and clarity about what we truly want to achieve. Once we have that clarity, we can leverage our networks and connections to create a path that feels authentic and fulfilling.
So it's about more than just collecting referrals. It's about using those referrals to build something that's meaningful and sustainable in the long run.
Precisely. And that's where things get really interesting. Because when you approach networking and relationship building with that mindset, you attract the right kind of people and opportunities into your life.
It's about building a network that supports not just our professional goals, but also our personal growth and well-being.
Exactly. It's about creating a web of connections that enriches our lives on multiple levels. And when we focus on building those kinds of relationships, the referrals will naturally follow.
This has been an incredibly insightful conversation. I'm feeling so much more confident about building my network and leveraging those connections to achieve my goals. But I'm eager to hear more about specific tactics and strategies for making those connections count.
We'll definitely dive into those in part 3. We'll explore some actionable steps you can take to turn your network into a referral powerhouse.
Welcome back. We've covered so much ground, really laying the groundwork for a thriving referral network. But I'm ready to get tactical. What are some actionable strategies we can use to actually turn those connections into, real referrals?
Let's dive into some specific tactics.
Uh,
One approach that I found incredibly effective is to proactively identify the connectors within your network. Those are the people who just seem to know everyone and love making introductions.
those social butterflies who just effortlessly connect people, like human LinkedIn, always linking people up.
Exactly.
But how do we approach them without seeming like we're just using them, for our own gain?
It's all about building those authentic relationships like we discussed earlier. Start by nurturing those connections. Show genuine interest in what they do, offer your support. Be that person who genuinely wants to see them succeed.
So maybe volunteer for a cause they're passionate about or attend an event that they're hosting. It's about becoming a valued part of their world, not just someone who pops up when they need a favor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And once you've established that rapport, it becomes much easier to say something like, I'm really trying to connect with more people in the, whatever industry or niche you're in space. You always seem to know everyone. Do any names come to mind?
That feels so much more organic and less transactional than, like a cold email asking for introductions. It's like you're inviting them to be a part of your journey, not just a stepping stone.
Precisely. And those warm introductions carry so much more weight. People are far more receptive to someone who's recommended by a trusted friend or colleague.
Events were another tactic we touched on earlier. Are there specific types of events that are particularly good for generating those referrals?
Industry conferences, trade shows, those can be great for meeting people in your field, but don't underestimate the power of local networking events, workshops, even volunteer opportunities. Think about the places where your ideal clients or referral partners are already gathering.
And don't forget about online communities too. Those local Facebook groups or industry-specific forums can be gold mines for connections. But I imagine there's a right way and a wrong way to approach those spaces.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all about adding value, not just promoting yourself. Answer questions, share insightful articles, be a helpful contributor to the conversation. People are much more likely to refer someone who they perceive as a knowledgeable and generous resource.
It's like you're building your reputation before you even ask for anything.
Exactly.
You're demonstrating your expertise, your willingness to help others, which naturally leads to trust and referrals.
Exactly. It's about playing the long game, not just looking for quick wins.
Right.
And remember, preparation is key. Whether you're attending an in-person event or engaging in an online community, have a clear goal in mind and be ready to articulate your value proposition concisely.
So that elevator pitch comes in handy everywhere, not just in formal networking settings.
That's right.
It's about being able to confidently and succinctly explain what you do and who you serve, no matter where you are.
Exactly. And don't forget the importance of following up. Whether it's connecting on LinkedIn, sending a personalized email, or even a handwritten note, Taking the time to follow up after an event or a conversation shows that you were genuinely interested and that you're serious about building a relationship.
It's like planting a seed and then nurturing it. You can't just scatter seeds and expect them to grow on their own. You have to water them, give them sunlight, tend to them carefully.
That's such a great analogy. And it perfectly captures the essence of building a thriving referral network. It's about consistent effort, genuine connection, and a long-term perspective.
This has been such an illuminating deep dive into the world of referrals. We've covered so much ground from, the psychology of trust to actionable tactics for turning our networks into referral powerhouses.
It's been a pleasure exploring this topic with you. And remember, the most important ingredient in building a successful referral network is authenticity. When you're genuinely passionate about what you do and committed to helping others succeed, the referrals will naturally follow.
So true. It's not about manipulation or tricks. It's about building genuine relationships, providing value, approaching networking with the spirit of generosity. And who knows, you might just find that the most rewarding connections are the ones that you least expect.
Absolutely. It's all about putting yourself out there, nurturing those connections, and being open to those serendipitous encounters that can change the course of your journey.
That's a wrap on our deep dive into referral networks. We hope you found this deep dive informative and inspiring. Remember, you have the power to create a network that supports your dreams and helps you achieve incredible things. Until next time, happy networking.